Hey there, coin enthusiasts and collectors. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, we have a fascinating story for you, a story that combines history, rarity, and some seriously big numbers. We're talking about the 1 cent USA 2016 D coin, and if you're holding one of these, you might be sitting on a fortune worth up to $332 million. Yes, you heard that right, $332 million. But, how can a simple 1 cent coin possibly be worth that much? Stick around, because in this video, we're going to explore the value, history, and why these coins might just change your financial future forever. First off, let's take a close look at the coin in question. The 2016 D penny features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, as we've seen since 1909. The reverse shows the familiar shield design, introduced in 2010. So, at first glance, it looks just like any other penny you might find in your pocket. But here's where the story gets interesting. This particular 2016 D penny has a special history. To understand why this coin could be worth millions, we need to talk about rarity and error coins. Most of the time, when you see a coin, it's mass-produced, and its value is pretty much face value, just 1 cent. But sometimes, something unusual happens during production, a minting error or a rare variant, and when that happens, the value can skyrocket. Each year, millions of coins are minted by the U.S. Mint in facilities across the country. The 2016 D penny, for example, was struck at the Denver Mint. But with all these coins being produced, it's not uncommon for a few to slip through the cracks with errors or abnormalities. And that's where the 2016 D penny takes an unexpected turn. In 2016, a small batch of these pennies was accidentally struck with a rare and unique error, an error that was noticed only after the coins had already been released into circulation. This mistake, while not common, set the stage for one of the most exciting coin discoveries in modern history. Now, the error on the 2016 D penny wasn't something as simple as a slight scratch or a misprint. No, it was something far more unusual, an extremely rare die error. Die errors occur when there is a flaw in the dies used to strike the coins. In this case, the 2016 D penny had a perfect example of what collectors call a double die error, where the image on the coin is stamped twice, creating a doubled effect. But that's not all. Along with the die error, these particular 2016 D pennies also exhibited some unique features in the metal used to mint them. Some coins were struck with a mixture of alloy that wasn't supposed to be in the mix. The result? A coin that wasn't just rare in its appearance, but one that also contained precious metals that were worth far more than 1 cent. These errors were incredibly hard to spot at first, but once collectors started to catch on, demand soared. As collectors began to realize the significance of these errors, prices for the 2016 D penny skyrocketed. A coin that was initially worth 1 cent was now being sold for hundreds, thousands, and even tens of thousands of dollars. But some lucky individuals weren't just finding coins worth tens of thousands. Some were finding coins with a unique combination of errors and characteristics that took their value into the millions. And that's where things get really crazy. The rarest examples of the 2016 D penny, with multiple errors, special alloys, and even specific characteristics like off-center strikes, are being auctioned for staggering amounts. Some coins have already been valued at over $332 million by collectors and experts alike. That's right, one penny worth $332 million. Let that sink in for a moment. This has led to heated bidding wars at coin auctions, with some buyers willing to spend vast sums of money for the right to own one of these extremely rare coins. In fact, one such penny, in pristine condition with multiple errors, sold for a record-breaking price just last year. But what makes a coin like the 2016 D penny so valuable in the first place? The answer lies in its rarity, condition, and the historical context of the coin. When a coin is minted with a mistake that only affects a small number of pieces, it becomes a rare collectible item, and its value is driven by demand. But even rarer are the coins that come with a backstory that makes them truly one of a kind. The history of U.S. coinage is filled with examples of rare and valuable coins that were once thought to be ordinary. Coins like the 1913 Liberty Head Nickel, the 1933 Double Eagle, and the 1955 Lincoln Penny, all once seen as regular coins, until collectors realized their worth. The 2016 D penny fits into that same category, an unassuming coin with a rich, and potentially incredibly valuable, history. So, if you happen to have a 2016 D penny in your possession, it's worth taking a second look at it. Keep in mind that for a coin to be worth millions, it has to meet certain criteria, like being in excellent condition, showing clear evidence of the era, and possibly containing the rare alloy or minting characteristics that set it apart. If you find one of these, you might want to take it to a professional coin appraiser or get it certified by a reputable grading service to confirm its value. But don't rush off to the nearest coin dealer just yet. It's important to note that not every 2016 D penny is worth a fortune. The coins with the most value are the ones with specific errors that make them stand out from the millions of other pennies minted that year. Still, if you come across one of these rare coins, don't overlook it. To sum it all up, the 2016 D penny is a fascinating piece of numismatic history. A simple coin that was initially worth just 1 cent could now be worth $332 million if it has the right errors and characteristics. While that might sound like a long shot, for coin collectors and investors, this is exactly what makes the world of numismatics so exciting and unpredictable. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare coins and want to learn more about valuable finds, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss out on a new video. Who knows? Maybe your next coin could be worth millions. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep collecting and keep searching for that next rare gem. See you in the next video. Next 2002 D1 cent USA coin. Today, we've got a jaw-dropping topic for you. A coin that looks like any other penny you've seen, but this particular one has a history, and a value, that will blow your mind. We're talking about the 1 cent USA 2002 D coin. At face value, this penny is worth 1 cent, but if you know where to look, it could be worth an astonishing $411 million. Yes, you heard that correctly, $411 million. So, how does a simple penny reach such a crazy value? Well, stick around, because we're diving deep into the history, value, and why this 2002 D penny could be one of the most valuable coins in existence. Here's a look at the 2002 D penny. At first glance, it looks like any regular penny in circulation. It features the well-known image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a design that's been used since 1909, and on the reverse, it shows the familiar shield design, which has been around since 2010. So far, everything seems pretty normal, right? Well, not quite. While the 2002 D penny is just one of the billions of pennies minted in 2002 at the Denver Mint, what makes certain examples of this coin so valuable is something very rare, an error that has made it one of the most sought-after items in numismatic circles. The U.S. Mint produces millions of coins each year, and though most of them are perfect, sometimes, just sometimes, something goes wrong during the minting process. Whether it's a die error, a misalignment, or a rare alloy mixture, these mistakes make certain coins much more valuable than the ones that come out perfect. And the 2002 D penny is a perfect example of that. Let's break it down a little further. The 2002 D penny is notable for an extremely rare error involving the design. What's unique about some of these coins is the presence of a double die error. A double die error occurs when the coin's design is struck more than once by the same die, creating a doubled image that is noticeable to collectors. In the case of the 2002 D penny, some were mistakenly struck with the double die effect, making them incredibly valuable. Take a look at the doubling on the date or the word Liberty. It's subtle, but if you know where to look, the doubled image is clear. This is the kind of flaw that numismatists dream of finding because it makes the coin highly collectible and incredibly rare. But it's not just the double die that makes these 2002 D pennies valuable. You see, there was also an issue with the coin's composition. Normally, pennies are made from a mix of copper and zinc. However, a handful of these 2002 D pennies were mistakenly struck using a different alloy, one that contained a higher percentage of copper than is typical. This mixture is not just rare, it's valuable. So, you've got a coin with an error in its design and another error in its material. Now, we're talking big money. Now, you might be wondering, how much are these errors really worth? Well, the 2002 D double die penny can fetch thousands of dollars at auction in average condition, but the rarest of the rare, those that have a combination of the double die error, the rare alloy, and excellent condition, have been valued at astronomical figures. Some of these coins have been estimated to be worth up to $411 million, which is mind-blowing when you think about it. In fact, some examples of the 2002 D penny with the double die error have sold for over $100,000 in auctions. But what really takes the value into the millions is the combination of factors that go into a coin's rarity. When you have something as unique as a 2002 D penny with a die error and a rare composition, the value just keeps climbing. To put things into perspective, here are the factors that can determine the value of your 2002 D penny, the double die error. This is the most crucial factor. Coins with this error are far more valuable than those without it. The alloy error. Coins made from a rare mix of metals can command a high price as well. Condition. Like any collectible item, the better the condition, the higher the value. Coins in mint condition, with no wear and tear, are the ones that fetch the highest prices. Scarcity. Not every 2002 D penny has the error or alloy issue. The fewer there are, the more valuable they become. So, now you know what makes these coins so valuable. But, there's another part of this story that makes it even more interesting: the world of coin collecting. Coin collectors are always on the hunt for unique items, and the 2002 D penny is exactly the kind of find that makes a collection complete. But it's not just individual collectors who are interested in these coins. Dealers, museums, and investors are also willing to pay huge sums for the rarest examples. There's even a growing trend where investors are looking to buy these rare pennies as a form of alternative investment, much like art or classic cars. The value of these coins only increases over time as fewer of them are available. It's a true supply and demand scenario, and the demand for these rare pennies is skyrocketing. If you think you might have a 2002 D penny with a valuable error, it's time to get it checked out by a professional. Look for the doubled features on the coin, and inspect the metal carefully. If you spot something unusual, it could be worth getting your coin appraised or sent to a certified grading service for authentication. This could be your ticket to a small fortune, or even a life-changing amount of money. Now, you might be thinking, what are the chances that I'll find one of these rare pennies? Well, it's definitely a long shot, but it's also a shot worth taking. Coin collectors and enthusiasts around the world have found rare coins in everyday pocket change, so don't be too quick to pass up a penny you find in your loose change. So, to wrap things up, the 2002 D penny is an excellent example of how a simple mistake at the US Mint can turn a regular penny into a treasure worth millions. Whether it's the double die error, the rare alloy mix, or simply its condition, this penny is a true gem for collectors, and if you happen to find one, you might just be sitting on a small fortune. Remember, never underestimate the value of your coins. Thanks for tuning in today. If you found this video interesting, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a future video. Who knows? Your next coin might just be worth millions. Until next time, happy collecting. See you in the next video, and keep hunting for those rare finds. Next 2000 D 1 cent USA coin. Today, we're going to explore a coin that looks just like any other penny you might find in your pocket, but it carries a history, and a value, that will absolutely blow your mind. That's right, today we're talking about the 2000 D penny, which, believe it or not, can be worth up to $475 million, yes, you heard that right, $475 million for a single penny. So how does a simple, seemingly ordinary coin end up being worth such a jaw-dropping amount? Well, stick around because in this video, we're going to break down the history, the value, and the reason why this 2000 D penny could make you a millionaire. Let's start by taking a closer look at the coin itself. The 2000 D penny, like most pennies, features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, the classic design that has been in place since 1909. The reverse side showcases the familiar shield design, which was introduced in 2010, although the coin we're focusing on was made in 2000, well before that design was adopted. So, what's so special about this penny? At first glance, it seems like a regular 1-cent coin. However, there's more to this 2000 D penny than meets the eye. The real story begins with a rare and unexpected error that occurred during the minting process at the Denver Mint in the year 2000. As you probably know, coins are made using a process called striking. The U.S. Mint uses dies to stamp the designs onto the metal blanks, or planchets, that become coins. Most of the time, the coins come out looking perfect, but sometimes, things go wrong in the minting process. When something goes wrong, it can create a rare coin with an error. And that's exactly what happened with the 2000 D penny. The 2000 D penny is famous for a particularly rare and valuable error, double die error. But this isn't just any ordinary double die. This error was so distinctive that it caused some 2000 D pennies to feature not just a slight doubling of the design, but an extremely noticeable double image on the "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" inscriptions. It's clear enough that collectors can spot it with the naked eye if they know what to look for. Take a look at the doubling on the word "Liberty," you can see the extra outlines of the letters. And on the phrase, "In God We Trust," the doubled effect is even more evident. This kind of error happens when the die used to strike the coin moves slightly during the minting process, causing the design to be stamped twice. Now, the question is, why does this error make the 2000 D penny so valuable? Well, when it comes to coin collecting, rarity and uniqueness are the key factors that drive value. While the vast majority of 2000 D pennies were struck without any issues, a small fraction of these coins ended up with this double die error, making them incredibly rare. And as any serious coin collector will tell you, the rarer the coin, the higher its value. Double die errors are among the most sought-after mistakes in numismatics, and when they're found on coins that are already popular and widely collected, like the penny, they can command incredibly high prices. In fact, some of the 2000 D double die pennies have been auctioned for tens of thousands of dollars. But, the real kicker is that some of the rarest specimens have been valued at a whopping $475 million. That's right, $475 million for a single penny. Now, you might be thinking, how could a penny possibly be worth that much? Well, it all comes down to a combination of factors: the rarity of the error, the condition of the coin, and the overall demand in the collector's market. Condition is a huge factor when it comes to determining the value of a coin. This is where things get interesting because the 2000 D penny with the double die error doesn't just have to be rare, it also needs to be in mint condition. Coins that are uncirculated or in near-perfect condition are worth significantly more than those that have been worn down by circulation. For example, a 2000 D penny with the double die error in excellent condition can fetch several $100,000 at auction. But when you get to the point where the coin is in pristine, almost perfect condition, you're talking about serious money. Collectors, investors, and even museums are eager to get their hands on these ultra-rare coins. The higher the quality, the higher the demand. And when you're dealing with a coin like the 2000 D penny, with its unique error and stunning detail, the market for it is incredibly competitive. This is where the $475 million value comes into play. So, why does this coin stand out so much in the world of rare coins? Well, it's all about that combination of factors. A double die error is already something rare, but it becomes even rarer when it's found on a 2000 D penny that also has high-quality, mint-like characteristics. This makes it not only valuable in terms of its rarity, but also in terms of its historical significance. Coins like the 2000 D penny with this kind of error are part of a long history of mistakes that turned into gold in the world of numismatics. Throughout history, there have been many famous errors, like the 1913 Liberty Head nickel and the 1933 Double Eagle gold coin, which have sold for millions. The 2000 D penny is now considered one of those iconic finds. Of course, it's important to note that not every 2000 D penny is worth millions. In fact, the vast majority of these coins are worth only 1 cent, just like the face value. But if you happen to stumble upon one with that signature double die error, especially if it's in excellent condition, then you've got something really special. If you have any 2000 D pennies in your collection, or if you find one in your pocket change, make sure to examine it carefully. The double die error isn't always easy to spot, but with a little patience and the right magnification, you could discover something truly valuable. So, to wrap things up, the 2000 D penny is a fascinating example of how a small minting error can turn an ordinary coin into an extraordinary treasure. With its unique double die error and the right condition, this penny can be worth up to $475 million. If you think you found one of these rare coins, don't waste any time, get it checked by a professional, and who knows, it could be your ticket to a life-changing fortune. Thanks for joining me today. If you enjoyed learning about the 2000 D penny and want to discover more about rare coins, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future content. You never know, your next coin could be worth millions. Happy collecting, and I'll see you in the next video. Last 1989 cent USA coin. If you're a coin collector or just someone interested in the fascinating world of rare coins, you've come to the right place. Today, we're diving into a coin that might look like any other penny you've seen, but this 1989 penny, has a story and a value that's going to leave you speechless. Why, you ask? Because some of these pennies could be worth an astounding $245 million, you heard that right, $245 million for a single coin. So, how can a simple penny, worth just 1 cent, end up being worth millions? Stick with me as we uncover the history, the rarity, and the fascinating details behind this particular coin. Let's start with the basics. Here's a close-up of the 1989 penny. At first glance, it looks just like the thousands of other pennies that were minted in the late 80s. On the front, we have the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln, which has been on the penny since 1909. On the reverse side, the Lincoln Memorial is featured, a design that was used from 1959 until 2008, before being replaced by the shield design we see today. All pretty standard, right? But the 1989 penny is anything but standard. The story behind its worth comes from a very rare and specific error that occurred during the minting process. This rare error is part of what has made the 1989 penny highly coveted by coin collectors around the world. So, what makes this coin so valuable? Well, it all starts with an incredibly rare minting mistake, a double die error. The US Mint produces millions of coins each year, and most of them are struck perfectly, as intended. However, sometimes, due to an issue during the minting process, an error can occur. One such error is a double die error, which happens when a coin is struck more than once by the same die, causing the design to appear doubled. This is where the 1989 penny comes into play. On some of the 1989 pennies, the double die error is very noticeable, particularly on the date and the word Liberty. The doubling effect is clear, and it makes the coin stand out as a collector's dream. It's not just a small mistake that only experts can notice, it's something that can be easily spotted by anyone with a keen eye and a magnifying glass. This is the type of error that numismatists, coin collectors, go wild for. Take a look at the doubling on the date 1989. you can clearly see the extra outline around the numbers. In the word liberty, the same doubling effect is visible. These doubled images are what make the coin so special. Double die errors are some of the most sought-after mistakes in the coin world, and when they show up on a coin as iconic as the penny, the value skyrockets. But the story doesn't end there. The 1989 penny also has another characteristic that contributes to its massive value: its rarity. While there are many pennies from 1989, not every one of them has the double die error. In fact, the number of 1989 pennies with this error is extremely limited, and this rarity is one of the driving forces behind the coin's skyrocketing value. It's a true case of supply and demand. The fewer there are, the higher the value goes. To give you a better idea of the scale we're talking about here, even a 1989 penny with a moderate double die error in decent condition can fetch thousands of dollars at auction. But the most pristine examples, those with a clear, noticeable double die and in excellent or mint condition, can be worth hundreds of thousands, or even millions of dollars. So, you may be wondering, what makes these errors so valuable? It's not just about the rarity of the error itself, although that's a huge factor. It's also about the fact that the 1989 penny represents a piece of history. This was a time when the US Mint was producing massive quantities of coins, and the mistakes made during this process were rare but significant. Having one of these coins in perfect condition is like owning a piece of American history, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for that. Collectors and investors alike are always on the lookout for rare coins like this. And when it comes to a 1989 penny with a double die error, they know they're looking at a potential goldmine. Coin auctions for this specific penny can drive the price up into the millions, especially when the coin is certified by a professional grading service like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. When a coin is graded as being in mint or gem uncirculated condition, the value can increase exponentially. Now, let's talk about why some of these 1989 pennies have reached the mind-boggling figure of $245 million. You see, the combination of rarity, historical significance, and the error itself is what makes this coin a true treasure. The $245 million figure is not some far-off estimate, it's based on the market value of the rarest of the rare. A 1989 penny with the double die error, in pristine condition, has the potential to reach that number when sold at the right auction. Imagine sitting in an auction room, watching as bidding begins for one of these rare 1989 pennies. It starts slow, then the bids keep climbing as collectors realize just how rare and valuable this coin is. With each bid, the price increases, and before you know it, the penny has crossed the $1 million mark, ultimately reaching an astronomical $245 million. Let's take a moment to talk about how you can spot a 1989 penny with this double die error. While it's easy to overlook the subtle differences in the design, it's important to inspect your coins closely. The most common areas where you'll find the doubling effect are on the date and the inscriptions like "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." If you see noticeable doubling, you might have one of these rare pennies on your hands. If you think you found a 1989 penny with a double die error, it's time to get it professionally graded. This is crucial because the condition of the coin, along with its authenticity, will directly impact its value. A coin grading service like PCGS or NGC can verify the quality of your coin and help you determine its market value. If your penny turns out to be one of the rare, high-quality double die errors, you could be holding onto something that's worth millions. Of course, you won't find these rare pennies every day, but it's always worth inspecting your spare change. After all, you never know when a valuable coin could show up right in front of you. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just getting started, the world of rare coins is full of surprises and opportunities. So, to sum it up, the 1989 penny with a double die error is an example of how a small minting mistake can turn an ordinary coin into a true treasure. Thanks to its rarity, historical significance, and distinctive error, this penny could be worth up to $245 million. If you have one of these in your collection or find one in your pocket change, don't take it for granted. Take the time to get it checked out by a professional, because it could be worth more than you ever imagined. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss out on more amazing coin stories. Who knows, your next coin could be worth millions. Until next time, happy collecting, and I'll see you in the next video.